Hi guys, it's me, April. Um, Wanted to do an update on everything that's been happening. Um, as you see, mm, my BiPAP mask that I was wearing in the hospital um, decided to give me a little windburn. So I'm trying to keep that under bay. Um, yeah, so I had the surgery. I had my RNY gastric bypass surgery on May 23rd. Today is May 27th, so I'm 4 days post-op. I'm home now, which I'm happier about. A lot of stuff has happened within those 4 days. Um, the first day, I I guess before even my doctor had started the surgery, I ended up having an asthma attack while on the table. He almost didn't do the surgery, um, but the nurses and the staff and everybody was able to get it under control, and so they continued. Had the surgery. They also repaired my hiatal hernia, um, which is I'm glad about. I'm gonna move this so you guys can see me a little better. Um, with that, they fixed the hiatal hernia, had the surgery. I guess a lot of the early parts I don't remember. I was in the ICU after surgery for 4 hours. After 3 hours, 3 hours, sorry, 3 hours after surgery. They wanted to monitor me, of course, and especially my asthma and my breathing. Um, and then they put me in something called step down ICU. I guess that's, oh, so sorry, I'm very burpy, a lot of gas. So they put me in the step down, and all I remember is waking up with the BiPAP machine on my face and trying to breathe. Now there's a difference between a BiPAP and a CPAP machine. The BiPAP will actually blow air, stop, so it allows you to exhale, inhale, exhale. The CPAP machine is just a constant blowing. So I also have the G tube down, as you know, my last video I actually had done while I was in the hospital. Let's see. So I was there, and I remember waking up being in the worst pain I had ever been in my life. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was horrible. Of course, I mean, just had your intestines rerouted and your stomach stapled, and, you're going to be in pain. And, up until now, I had always compared pain levels to when I had my children, which I had natural births for both, and it was more painful than having kids. I don't want to deter anybody from getting this done, but I just want you to know so you can have an inkling that I didn't have. I mean, I knew it was good. They said, oh yeah, it's very painful. Well, what does that mean? What does very painful mean? I remember, since I wasn't able to talk because of the BiPAP machine and the G tube and my mouth being extremely dry, that it was like my tongue was shriveled. It was so bad. Writing on a notepad, my fiance and Some other people I don't remember that were in the room were there, and I was writing, and the first thing I wrote was, in a lot of pain, but I know I can do this. And I like triple underlined can. And I kept telling myself that, in my mind, I know I can get through this. They said the first day is the worst. Let's get through this. I know I can do it. Because by then it was like 9 o'clock at night. So as the night progressed, I was still feeling pretty bad, and I got overwhelmed, and I thought that I could die right now and to relieve my pain. I mean, I hate to say it, but I want to be honest. Like I said, I want you to know that this isn't something that people should take lightly. They should be very serious about it. This is a serious operation with serious consequences that affect your life, that affect your health, that affect your mental stability. So this is something people really need to do their research on. The next day, that was when that x-ray tech came in and decided to yank the pillows out from underneath me and let me fall on the bed. I was not happy, of course. As he turns away, I give him the one finger salute. Everybody in the room was laughing, but I was serious. I was like, oh my God. And I just remember crying from being in so much pain and not being able to breathe. I mean, the fear of not breathing or drowning or something like that is one of my biggest fears. So that feeling of not being able to catch your breath, not being able to catch your breath is, you just have to, in through the nose and out through the mouth. You have to tell yourself that a lot. Went and had my x-rays done while I was in the hospital the second day to make sure there was no leaks. I do have a binder on, and that is to help with hernia, to not get a hernia. And I'll try to cover as much as I can of this bottom part, but that is the tube, the port that you're going to have sticking out of your side. It's not, it's well bandaged and taken care of, so it's not an open spot. Plus it's kind of sewn onto me, or in me, so I can't pull it out, like snag it and pull it out. Well, for the faint of heart, or people that get grossed out, don't look, but yeah, it looks like a little smiley face. Isn't that cute? Yeah, so it's a little bulb syringe, and there's a little flap on the back that I have a clip to, that I'm hanging it to my binding so it's not hanging down and risk pulling and tugging and causing for any more pain. But yes, that thing is there that bulb syringe is there for any drainage. I have had to empty it a few times. It's not bad. And you have to do something to the, hopefully you can see this. You have to do something to this called milking, and that's to help get any of the plasma or any of the blood down in there, and it's just pretty much doing that, milking it down in there. That also prevents blood clots, the blood clotting in the tube. So, been keeping up with that. So, jumping around, I'm sorry guys. So also in the hospital after the x-rays, they looked and made sure that there was no leakage and everything was looking good. Um, I could finally start to have ice chips, which was amazing. When your mouth is so dry and the G tube was down, so any liquids, it just sucked it right back out instead of it sitting in my stomach. So that was that was helpful. A lot of gas. I have had a lot of gas. Now, right now, on my left side, I'm having pains because it could be the site. It's one of the worst pain-wise. The other ones I hardly feel at all. They're itchy. And they said it's probably because of the tape, but the sites are doing well. But yeah, my left side's been the worst, and that could be because of, that's the stomach, and the most attention was on everything to the left. So, um, let's see. After I was out of step down, I went over to my floor where my private room was. When I first got there, I was treated more like, the charge nurse kept saying, "This is the VIP room, and we're going to take such good care of you," and all of this. And I found it quite the opposite. You can tell that they were completely understaffed. I felt more of like an inconvenience there. Um, I just was not made to feel like that was the place where I needed to heal. My fiance came to stay, and luckily, because he got them moving. Like, okay, she needs to sit in the chair. So they got me up and sat me in the chair, and I was in the chair for 6 hours. I don't know if that's a lot or too much. No, was I in the six? Yeah. Um, and then for my first meal, it was a cup, and then they gave me these little cups. I don't know if you can see that quite well, but these little cups of where I would just pour the apple juice in. And it took me quite a while to do that. I don't have a full feeling, but I can tell when it's like, well, I can't really tell. I think it's more of the fear of over ingesting fluids right now, the fear of like busting the staples or something like that. So it does take me a long time to drink things. Anyway, so my first meal was apple juice. That took a long time. And then I asked for ice chips, and they gave me ice chips. And then the next meal, they brought me chicken broth. And I got about two of these cups down. And then by then, the chicken broth was cold, and I couldn't do it. So I didn't drink anymore. Um, I had a pain pump that I would use as soon as I could to try to keep the pain down. Um, now that I'm well, now that I'm home, I have different pain medication. It's actually a liquid. I mean, it doesn't taste all that bad, but it's a liquid pain. Ugh. Any liquid medication, I think it's gross. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Um, right now, well, this morning, well, let me finish up. I'm so sorry. My last day was yesterday at the hospital, and they came in. They talked to me about the importance of walking, so I don't get blood clots. We were mainly waiting on my oxygen level to get back up because I think I was so dependent on the BiPAP and the oxygen mask that when I got through with all of that, I just had a nasal cannula in, and that was helping, and they had to up it because my oxygen level went down to uh, 75, 83, something like that. Um, so then I was finally able to breathe without anything, and they kept saying, take a deep breath. So I have to remind myself to take a deep breath. I guess I'm just used to shallow breathing. But so yeah, in a nutshell, very very serious operation. You're going to be in pain, at least for me. I was in a lot of pain. Um, do your homework. Make sure that you understand what you're doing. What this journey is going to entail for you. Um, I also recommend that you have a good support group. You have somebody that's going to be by your side through this. Um, this is just the early stages of everything, of course, but you need that. Um, so yes, I got home yesterday, and it was late, so I had some Jello and a little bit of juice, or excuse me, Jello and some ice chips, and then I went to sleep. I was pretty tired. I slept out in the recliner because my bed doesn't prop me up like at a nice angle. It was more like wanting me to lay, and it was stretching, and I just didn't like the feeling. So I went, hi honey, I'm doing a video. Went and fell asleep on the recliner. Slept until about 5:30. My washer's going. Slept about 5:30. Got up, did 3 laps, which is around inside of my apartment here. Walked to the living room, to the bathroom, to the kitchen. Did that for 3 laps, and then laid back down. Bathroom, gassy, but other than that, doing, you know, that is going okay. Except for the last time I had gotten up, went to the restroom, and had sharp pains on the right side, which they've been on the left, but I had some new pains, and I was worried because, they were really sharp, stabbing pains. Called the advisory nurse at the hospital and basically said, you need to get up and walk more. Make sure that, just watch for vomiting, watch for fevers, and I don't have any of that, so we know it's gassy, bubblies. So I'm doing more walking. I'm trying to get myself to start walking every half an hour, do a few laps, then sit down and do what I need to do. And I'm going to take a nap soon. It's about 12:08. Take a little nap. My protein shake is almost done. Kind of. Mark made him breakfast this morning in the kitchen, and the smells didn't bother me, and I think it actually helps me. It's like, oh, more of like I've had my fix. So I've just been making lists of all my vitamins, all my medications that I need to take, getting that in order, and what I need to do for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, this is a really long video, so I just wanted to update you on all of that. I'm at home now. My daughter comes home later today. Mark is with me. Well, he just went outside. I don't know, to do whatever. Yeah, I think a nap would be good. So God bless. Thank you all for your prayers, your continued support. I'm sorry. Burping and hiccuping and yawning. Ugh, excuse me. But yeah, thank you guys. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye.